This is Midday Live. The government has described the attack on the Kwabenya police station as an isolated incident, assuring that the security agencies are working to ensure the general safety of the entire populace. Information Minister Mustafa Hamid maintained the preventive mechanism of the police service remains intact.
Government condemns the criminal conduct of these elements in the strongest possible terms. There is a manhunt for these criminal elements, and we have no doubt in our minds that they will be brought to face justice. Government takes this opportunity to express its deepest sympathies to the family of the deceased policeman, Inspector Emmanuel Ashilevi. While this is one of the isolated incidents that have unsettled the Ghanaian population, we wish to continue to assure the Ghanaian people that the security agencies are working to ensure the general safety of the population. The preventive mechanism of the police service remains intact, which helps to nip such occurrences in the bud before they become full-blown criminal activity. One such example is the diligence of the police service, which, with the cooperation of the public, led to the exposure of certain people who had in their possession explosives which they could have used to harm the population. The police continues to deploy this preventive mechanism to ensure that criminal elements are arrested before they deploy their activity. As everywhere else in the world, certain criminal elements manage to once in a while beat the system in order to perpetuate their crimes. When this occurs, the police service has worked hard to arrest the perpetrators and make sure that they face justice.
So we're staying a while longer on this very story, and I will be speaking to Adam Bona. He is a security expert to give his take on the latest developments on this very issue. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your cherished. Yeah, good afternoon.
Now, we just had the information minister who mentioned that this is an isolated incident. What's your take on it?
Thank you, and then good afternoon to your cherished listeners. I think I would say I sympathize with the information minister. What else were we expecting him to say? As an information minister, he would have to speak in a manner that probably to try and reassure the public, the bigger public, that everything is okay. But I believe that now Ghanaians are more discerning. We know what is going on, and as you know, I mean, those of us who contribute, and your larger, those who probably are in this country know what is going on, and so I would say this can never be, swept under the theory of an isolation. It is never true. There are about 5 things I would want you to, the next time you meet the information minister, kindly ask him, or you put it out there. One of them is, he failed to mention in his press briefing today that beginning this year up to date, we have about 4 police officers and military officers, more than that, being shot by criminal elements. And so if he says that is a case of isolation, when the next time you see him, I'm sure he's listening, and probably all of them are watching this interview, let him know that the entire Ghana Police Service, they have less than 6,000 AK-47s. And I'm putting it, I said it yesterday on your network, 6,000 AK-47s. And so we have just 6,000 AK-47 for the entire police service for our protection. That is what it means. And then when you meet him again, let him know that the police, he did mention the seizure of the grenades, the small explosives. Let him know that the Ghana Police Service does not have a ballistic unit, even though the current IGP has a lot of expertise in ballistics. I know Kofi Boakye has expertise in ballistics. And so the trending, what is trending now in the world is that internal security must have knowledge. We should train our police service in ballistics. And we should through the IGP and his lieutenants to put in a unit so that when they see some of this explosives, they don't put them under name tree. I'm sure you know when the Odoko police, caught these guys, they left the explosives under a name tree in front of their, closer to their office. Let him also know that it is only 20% of CID officers, those we call CID, who are trained in Ghana. It means that if there are 100 of them, only 20 of them are trained to the level where you say they are certified investigators. It means that we are not putting in resources to train these people as Ghanaians. Let him also know that budgetary allocations for the Ghana Police Service over the last 10 years has been reduced by 60%. So other countries have gone up more than 1,000%. We have come down by 60%. So please, the next time you meet him in any press briefing, kindly let him know that, you see, some of us will sympathize with the fact that government would have to reassure.
Well, we do have some challenges with our Skype here, but we're grateful to Adam Bona. He's a security expert, and we're talking to him about matters arising involving the Kwabenya police station. We'll bring you some more updates on that story. You're still watching Media Live, and the chairman of the Interior Committee of Parliament, Collins Amankwa, has condemned the shooting of a police officer and the escape of some suspects at the Kwabenya police cells. The MP says the committee will soon rearrange and engage the security services to identify strategies of fighting crime.
What has happened must be condemned by all and sundry. We've called for emergency sitting, as you know. As a committee, we're going to convene a meeting as a matter of necessity and urgency to look into all these crime that we are witnessing, and also to re-engage the security agencies to see the way forward. Well, I think crime is becoming more sophisticated in recent times. And indeed, research has shown that crime keeps on changing in terms of quantitative and qualitative terms. And therefore, we ought to be more proactive. And I think we need to devise new strategy of combating crime in this country.